Okay, this is a little different from usual, but I felt like I needed to comment on this. Alright, so this is something. Apparently there was this bizarre development which I've completely missed. PlayStation announced Goodbye Volcano High in June of 2020. And that was delayed time and again, all the way while the writing team also changed. Eventually it released in 2023 and I already made a video about my opinion on it. It didn't really change since then. What I didn't know, however, is the rest of the story. But the game was mocked online, making fun of the designs, of the fact that nothing about the game aligned with the rest of the PlayStation announcements at the time, and whatever else silly reasons trolls had. But apparently that wasn't all. Some unknown guys on 4chan decided to come together and secretly make their own Volcano High with blackjack and hookers. Why is unknown. It's my belief that there are always weirdos on the internet, doing things for the heck of it, but the important thing to note is that due to all the delays, this fan game actually came out earlier than the actual Volcano High. So, it garnered some support and fanfare, even if it was released as a janky mess written by a bunch of internet basement dwellers. Eventually it was improved, updated consistently, and ended up as a complete story. However, Snoot game, great name by the way, was panned by the original developer of Goodbye Volcano High. Co-op is the name. Apparently the biggest issue being the gender identity of Fang, the main character. While original had them as a non-binary, Snoot, I feel silly saying this, the fan game went in a completely different direction, and the player can affect what that direction is exactly. The controversy comes from the fact that Fang is convinced to be a girl in the good ending, while the other endings get progressively more depressing and further from the binary gender. So, co-op, the original dev, must have hated that fact and took action, forcing the hosting of Snoot game to be less open and legal, essentially treating the whole thing like a cruel joke. Quote, "That game was made in bad faith." End quote. Currently I haven't played it and I can't offer an opinion, but from what I understand there was some legal battling happening behind the scenes. The story, however, doesn't end there. A while after this whole fiasco, in February 2024, a new game by the same 4chan bros got released. I, Wani hug that gator. As in, I wanna hug that gator. Set in a different school with different characters, however sharing quite a few similarities to Snoot and, consequently, Goodbye Volcano High. Dinosaurs, high school, yada yada yada. The design of me especially is similar to Naomi, while the characters themselves are essentially polar opposites. This is what I am playing right now, and to be honest, it's not perfect, but the heart is there. And I enjoy it very much. I also might just have a soft spot for characters like Olivia. Relatable and also biased, I guess. Anyway, this was something I kept getting confused by. I saw fan art for these three games. Things which looked official and unofficial. Things which kept happening. Things which never happened at Volcano High, though. And there were comments which kept mashing them together. And I was extremely confused. These are games about dinosaurs in high school, but that was the only thing I could immediately see they have in common. I assumed if this was it, then Dinopan could have been added to the mix as well. Yet I didn't see a connection. The developers were different, the art was different, writing and execution were different, but there was something, it's obviously the same characters, it's just something. So I had to look into why there was this strange overlap. Makes me wonder how many other things are happening behind the scenes, out there, somewhere. Maybe there's a whole mountain of video game development drama out there, and I wouldn't know.